Hello and welcome, race fans, into some Wednesday night racing action here with the Vigilante Racing League, taking on the home of NASCAR here at Charlotte, but not the Charlotte you remember. This one's got the lefts and the right turns happening here tonight. We got the Roval in store for all these drivers in all its glory. It's going to be a rough and tumble fight here down to the bitter end. So let's find out who ends up picking up the win here in just a 50 or so laps as we head on down to start things off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud supporters of the VRL here, such as Dave Mayberry and Blue Fox Properties. Be sure to give them a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country. Let Dave and his 18 years of experience buying and selling houses get you into that house of your dreams, because this housing market just gets crazier and crazier every single day. So be sure to get yourself a good quality realtor like our good buddy Mr. Dave Mayberry. And of course, when that search is all done, be sure to go ahead and take a vacation and have it all worried, freed, and planned on out for you there with GC Cruise Travel. Give Greg Klein a call over there at 918-906-5616. Or send him an email or shoot him a message over there on the Facebook so he can save you money and save you some peace of mind when booking your next vacation. Big thank you to GC Cruise Travel. And yeah, brain shut off there for a second. Yeah, GC Cruise Travel, travel provider of the VRL and AAA Broadcasting. Cause my brain, and I'm Alan Brown, and I apparently don't have a brain anymore. But I am joined by a couple people that at least have a little bit of a brain left between them. One of which, our good buddy, Mr. Alan English, the Brewmaster in general, joining us here this evening. Alan taking on the Roval this time here at Charlotte. Should be a interesting race to say the least. I know these drivers have been putting in a lot of practice the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, this track's an abomination and all that. But no, it's really neat to see. I think it's a pretty cool thing that NASCAR did here. I'm not a fan of some of the what's it called?
Right turns.
The pits. Not the pits.
The chicanes.
The bus stop thing. The chicane that they did around the front of the track. I'm not really wild about that one, but. Yeah, it is what it is. This track's a great a road course for open wheel. You know, the Miatas do well here. It's not really a stock car track, but NASCAR does come here and VRL is following the NASCAR schedule. So, hey man, you gotta stick to your guns in that department, right? So, it's going to be a challenge. There's several guys out here that really know how to run this track, and so far, Sean McDonald, our Canadian neighbor to the north there in the 23 machine, is running the fastest time. He did it so in practice, and he is now in qualifying as well. So watch out for that 23 Canadian machine out there. He's really setting this track on fire.
And that indeed is down there on pit road, ready for all the crazy action down there. Is our good buddy, anger management specialist, Mr. Adam Turner, all locked in and loaded. And Adam, I know you're not the left and right turn guy here, but it's not a whole lot of runoff, and we could be seeing some carnage out there.
I hope to. I see this little thing. It looks like the construction on the Katy Freeway here. The wall's real tight. Hopefully somebody dies right there. Speaking of Canadians, we had a Canadian win earlier this week, didn't we? What's the deal? Are they just gathering together? Are they going to fight back against the man this week? Not sure.
Possibly.
I mean, maybe they're finally fighting back against that the run in their country, the tyrant. But anyway, I don't know. Other than that, I mean, we're going to turn left and right, and I'll probably drink a couple cold ones. I don't know about you guys.
Way ahead of you.
But Vigilante Racing League is pretty fun. Obviously, our premier league here at AAA Broadcasting. These guys do a great job. So this ought to be fun anyway. So I'll give you the rules. I almost forgot, Brown. 1 fast repair, 55% fuel, unlimited tires, 17 incident points. You'll get a penalty, and 6 more incident points after that. You'll get another one. Man, it's hot, man. 100 degrees on the track right now.
And that indeed it is. As we take a look here at tonight's race info. And it's a twisty, twirly, roundabout way to get around this track, but definitely offers its opportunities. Beautiful weather here as well. Sunshine is out and bright and shiny, so these drivers having no issues with that one like they did in real life, where it was absolutely like pouring. I think it was last year or something like that. It was just absolutely miserable, and those guys had to deal with it, but not here tonight. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and man, it's going to be super important. You got to save some car left for that second half of this race. 50 laps, it'll go by pretty quick, but we are getting that midway stage break right around lap 25. Make sure you saved your fast repair and saved your car up until that point, because this track very unforgiving for any mistakes.
Yes, indeed. These guys, I'm sure a lot of them are going to be dreading that halfway caution. But so what that's going to do is the guys that are going to be running up front, they're going to be able to gauge, how fast the rest of the field is running up until that point. They're going to be able to save a little bit of tires, I think, here, and they may end up, depending on how good they are at saving tires, they may end up with some fresher tires towards the end. So I think this is just going to benefit the guys that are running up towards the front here when they throw that caution at the halfway point.
I don't know what any of the stuff you just said didn't make any sense to me.
Me either. I mean, I
don't no comprehende. But I did see a neat fact here, Brown. There's the first turn. It says it's called Heartburn Turn.
Yes.
Is there a reason for that?
Isn't there like?
I don't know.
I think there's like an advertisement. Yeah, there's like an advertisement for Tums or something right there.
There was Tums there, and also when everybody's hauling butt around the track and they dive into turn one, sometimes there's a big crash there. So, and the Tums signs just kind of add to it. It's heartburn all the way around.
I can see that. It looks dangerous right there.
That indeed it does. Excuse me. As we get ready to get all locked in here, we thank you all for tuning in and watching, because you guys are the reason why we do this. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you enjoyed the race in action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well. so we can continue to grow this fantastic community we got going on here on these YouTubes. As looks like qualifying just about to wrap up here in just a quick little second, as the field gets ready to head on down there and take to the starting grid.
Oh, this is going to be one of those grids where they're kind of parking sideways on the track, and when the pace truck takes off, they're all going to file in behind them.
Yeah, looks like it. That'll be pretty interesting here as we
in the middle of the chicane too.
Yeah. Go ahead, tell everybody where their favorite driver is starting here this evening. Up at the top, friendly Canadian Mr. Sean McDonald in the 23 machine, getting it done, getting that pole position. He's going to have the 6 of Trevor Robertson starting to his outside here in the 6. Anna-Leigh Eaton, I guess, stole the rig away from Dustin with a Y, so she's going to be driving the number 14 machine here, starting in 3rd. You got the 33 of Mr. Jess Vaught having a pretty good qualifying effort there himself, starting here tonight in 4th. 81 Jonathan Osborne seated himself up inside that top 5. 28 of George Rincon as well. Always sneaky on these road courses. Can definitely gain a couple positions starting there in 6th. 27 Timothy Pope out there as well. Hasn't made a lot of noise as of late here, but looking to change that narrative here tonight, starting in 7th. The 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon, another one of our Canadian friends up there, starting tonight in 8th. 9th will be the 53 of Jeremiah Burke, with the 18 of Mr. Andrew Player running out your field, starting top 10.
88 of Michael Adamson will start in 11th place. Outside row number 6 will be Andrew Cawthon in the 10 machine. The 01 truck, Kelly Keel, starting in 13th place. 14th will be Dave the Gambler Mayberry in the 29. The 16 truck of Kyle Vaught, starting right behind Dave. You know, we won't. The viewers already know, between Kyle and Dave, what that deal that's going on. But Dave getting the upper hand on Kyle during qualifying. Just want to throw that out there. Kyle's starting in 15th place. 16th will be Lori Vaught. Thank you so much, Lori, for being race control out here. Greg Klein in the 92 and the 69 of Larry Dickerson. 17th and 18th. 19th and 20th will be Greg Dobson and Josh Bittner. And 21st, Albert Anderson, America's driver, in the 99.
And that
Perfect. I didn't have to do anything. Good job.
Yes, indeed, as I hack up a lung. Apparently, I'm losing my brain and my lungs. But,
yeah, you only need one of those.
Yeah. Well,
you need 2 out of the 3. 1 lung and 1 brain. I mean, that's all you really need.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I would be happy with 1 brain cell. I don't really need the full brain.
Well, you'll end up like
both of mine work great.
But either way, we get ready to rumble here with the pace truck leading this field on around. Should definitely be very interesting, especially noticed it there a little bit in practice there, English. I know you were a little late getting into practice, didn't get to see what some of these guys were doing, but man, those you hit those turtles just a little bit wrong. Ooh, boy, that truck is going up into the air a good ways.
So it's not like, like the little reflector things you see on the highway. These things are like a full-size curb, and it will lift the side of that truck in the air. So we may see some 2-wheel action out of these trucks here.
Well,
go ahead, bud.
No, my concern is, what is Greg Klein doing at the back end of this thing? I thought this was like one of his things.
He didn't put it in a qualifying time. I don't know if that was because of a...
Oh, he sure didn't. Okay.
Penalty or what, but no qualifying time for him. Bittner, Dobson, Dickerson, or Anderson.
Well, which is a little bit strange because I don't know if you boys noticed, but on the official race report that came out of Talladega from last week, it got the red stamp of no penalties.
Wow.
Which is
I have not had a chance to look at that.
Very rare sight.
Yeah.
Usually somebody does at least a little bit of something to annoy Lori a little bit.
Well, I hope somebody annoys somebody tonight. I'm not here for just a ho-hum race. I want to see something, or y'all are going to get all the
I
conspiracy
want to
theories.
see killing.
All the Florida man. Y'all don't want that. Nobody wants to hear me ramble about that. We need to see fighting on the track, somebody throwing helmets at each other, and just some good old-fashioned fireworks.
Indeed, as the pace truck makes its way on down onto pit road out of the exit of NASCAR turns 3 and 4, with the field heading on in to that final chicane here before that start finish line as the green flag flies. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight as the field, slipping and sliding. Some people in the back having problems getting the power down in the middle of the chicane. Oh man, as the 6 overtakes the 23, but 81 of Jonathan Osborne sideways across the track. Oh no, this is causing absolute mayhem out here.
14 was in the hard turn wall too.
It's a bottleneck here.
Bottleneck up in that first turn, first couple corners there. Oh man, just everybody slipping and sliding. Eventually everybody making it on through, but the bottleneck has definitely taken effect there early on in this start as the 6 jumps over the 23 of Sean McDonald to take that lead heading on down into turn number 1 from the outside lane. You also got the 33 of Jess Vaught being able to make up those positions quite well here as well, sliding up into third already. The 27 of Timothy Pope able to avoid all that catastrophe. It's no. Greg Dobson having a little bit of an issue down there, returning to the oval part of the racetrack. Looks like the back end slipped away from him just a little bit as the rest of the leaders round out of the final section of the track. Heading on down into that final chicane here before crossing that start-finish line here once again, making use of all the curves, but avoiding that blue turtle. Goes the 6 machine across the line, leading lap number 1.
Incident with the 81 that just kept on going. You know, he'd make contact with the truck and they'd try to pull back out onto the track. There's more trucks coming, so he tried to get restarted a couple times, but there was guys coming, so more contact was happening.
And he also saw the 6 machine there slipping and sliding, trying to use every inch of the racetrack that he can. Oh my goodness, running a little bit wide here as the 23 able to maybe make up a little bit of the time that he lost there on the start, going up alongside the outside down into the final section of the infield part of the oval here, and now back out onto the NASCAR section. Good fight here for that number 1 spot. We also have a good fight here. You got the 07 Jack Dixon side by side with the 28 of George Rincon inside the infield, heading into one of the final little sectors they got going on in there. Looks like he'll give up that position for now to 99 of Albert Anderson, trying to fight. As the 16 of Kyle Vaught goes around before coming back out onto the NASCAR side of things.
Got a little bit of rear end damage from that. We want to thank everybody for joining us over there in the YouTube chat. Albert Anderson's pop cheering for his son Albert, saying let's go Albert. Greg Dobson says the caution cone will just try not to hit anything or anyone tonight. Taylor Provac saying let's go Vaught, or let's go Vaughts with an S. So pulling for both Vaughts out there here tonight. Ricky Wittenberg saying let's go team ain't dead yet. Josh, Trevor, Pope, and Kyle. And he also says that he's got a helicopter landing pad ready for Turner whenever he is ready to get here. I mean, you made it in early. You missed the opportunity there, Adam, to get a private chopper.
No, he has it waiting for me. I think it's in Pensacola. I just got to get down there so we can fly into his yacht.
Is this for you to leave to go to the yacht? Oh, okay.
Yeah, his yacht has a landing pad. I don't know. He's vacationing like a king as always. You know?
Oh well, of course. Well, I mean, Turner, rule number 1: if you can't afford a yacht, find someone who can and make friends with them.
That's why we're friends. He'll be flying in soon.
That's rule number 1 of Yacht Club.
You don't
Yeah,
talk
I like
about
it.
Yacht Club?
No, you can. You have to talk about Yacht Club. That's like rule number 2.
Yes, exactly. It's the opposite of Fight Club.
It's the 23 and the 6 continue their fight back down that front straightaway, heading on to lap number 4 here, and making some quick work and fastest It's not by much. A 121.6 followed up by a 121.79 between the 23 and the 6. So they're going to be having a slobber knocker of a fight up here for that top spot. The 92, Greg Klein, trying to figure out a way to catch on up and pass the 10 of Andrew Cawthon here without causing a wreck. Ooh, it's the 10 machine going from the inside back to the outside. Trying to figure out a way to keep that 92 behind him here.
So I'm not a seasoned road racer. I've done some. I think, the difference between these front two guys out here is going to be who uses most of the racetrack. I mean, left to right, who uses the most real estate to maintain momentum coming out of these turns. I think that's what you're going to see here. And it looks like Trevor Robertson is going to take that first position because he's been doing just that. And Sean McDonald said, hey, you're a lot quicker. Go ahead and come on around. Gentleman move there by the Canadian.
Man, the Canadians are nice.
Yeah, well, again, still a little bit of a long race as we take a look out the rear view of the 6 machine Trevor Robertson. Long race, a very narrow racetrack. McDonald's probably is just saying, hey, if I just keep it close, keep enough pressure on him, 6 machine might just make a mistake that might cost him a whole bunch of time later on in this race.
I was just watching Trevor run left to right, just going all the way to the grass and then going all the way to the painted area on the outside and just back and forth, using about a foot more of the track on each side than Sean McDonald was using. But Sean might be in tire save mode. We don't know. These guys are going to have to do some pitting under green, it looks like. So we know we got a halfway yellow coming, but that's a long ways off.
And speaking of coming on down into pits, looks like the 085 Greg Dobson having some problems out there and having to bounce out and take a tow.
Man, nobody wants to tow here. It's such a large track, 2.28 miles, but it seems like 5 miles. It's a long way to go.
It's a long way to go, and it's
Short time to get there.
it's not a track. Yeah. So this is one of those tracks when we were running it in our old league. I would just see how many cones I could kick over the wall into the oncoming lane. Where the Roval comes together. Where they're moving opposite directions. But yeah, I never really took it very seriously, and it was endlessly frustrating, especially the infield section right after you come off the super speedway or the speedway section, the NASCAR speedway section.
Rutabaga.
Incredibly frustrating to me.
As the 84 Josh Bittner tries to chase down the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, trying to recover from his earlier whoopsie there on lap number 1, able to make up a spot there. Go ahead, buddy.
I was going to say several of our friends, and I don't know if you're one of them, had a lot of trouble on the transition. Coming from the infield road course section out onto the speedway, that transition is pretty abrupt. It's pretty significant. I don't know if you were one of the guys that used to race with us that would say, it got me again, talking about the transition. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea.
I don't think so. I think for me it was normally just turn number 1. Back because I haven't done much running here on the new Roval. Remember, like the old Roval before, like all the chicanes and all that shenanigans. It was turn number 1 for me was the rough one. So
we did a little bit.
One absolutely doing his best to take every single one of those blue curbs on the inside of that final final chicane there, having a little bit of a rough ride. Dave getting chased down by the 14 there. Actually, Dustin Eaton, not Not Annalie. Machine and Andrew Cawthon also trying to hang on to his top 10 right here. He's got the 84 Josh Bittner starting to kind of breathe down his neck a little bit. Oh, well, my Discord is deciding to go a little crazy, so we're going at it solo here. That explains why I haven't heard anything from Mr. English. Meanwhile, the 10 and the 84. Ooh, 10 with a little bit of a mistake, heading on down through the bus stop chicane there on the backstretch. Running into the problem there. He's able to make up for it just a little bit. Meanwhile, the 53, Jeremiah Burke, trying to hold off a charging 88 of Mr. Mike Adamson. Having a good battle there. 27 Timothy Pope trying to still hold off the 18 Andrew Player here as well. A nice little fight trying to get on up into that almost top 3 spot up there towards 4th. Other than that, our field's pretty well spaced out. Trevor Robertson, after getting some room there from the 23 of Sean McDonald, has made his way and started extending that lead out to about a second and a half. The 23 of Sean McDonald out to almost 2.5 seconds over Jess Vaught, who's got about 13 seconds over everybody else behind him. Again, some of that possibly due to the early turn 1, lap 1 incident that we saw as soon as that green flag flew, but otherwise, we remain here at green flag racing, and we expect to remain green flag racing until we get to about lap 25. Trying to get my cohorts back with us here, but our Discord is having a little bit of an issue. Still happy to bring the racing action here to all you guys out there at home. Josh Bittner's right on the tail end here of the 01 of Kelly Keel, going side by side back up onto the oval side of things. Good little battle there, and Bittner finding his way on through and able to get on up around Kelly. And you got the 81 Jonathan Osborne now all over the back bumper of the 10 of Andrew Cawthon, trying to figure out a way to get a pass as they make their way out of the backstretch chicane.
Of road courses, I know that Timothy Pope is not in that camp, but fighting it out nonetheless.
What were you talking about?
You got a copy there, Alan?
Yeah, Discord's having Discord problems.
Okay.
But we're still live. We've been racing. Just I couldn't hear you and y'all couldn't hear me.
Yeah, I just kept on rolling through the play-by-play, not knowing what was going on, if anybody was out there. Or...
Hello, is anybody in there?
No.
You're not a Pink Floyd guy?
I am. I just didn't know that. I didn't know if we were still broadcasting or not, so I just kept talking.
Oh yeah.
We are, or we're not?
No, we are.
Oh.
You're on
fun.
lap 11 of 50.
Nice.
Doing some fun things. Oh, did your computer decide to do its annual 9 o'clock shutdown?
Not yet. I just have a lot of,
Oh yeah.
chores. Put it that way. Look at Dobson with his student driver paint.
Yeah, he likes to bring that one on out every time we come to one of these road courses. Just let people know, hey, I'm not the best here, but you know what? I'll try to stay out of your way, and he's doing pretty good. Just kind of running his stuff, keeping it clean.
A guy on the interstate the other day, he said he had a big bumper sticker, like a big one. Took out half of his bumper, and it says, "I'm retired. Just pass me on the left." That's a good one to see.
That's pretty good.
And
I'm trying to find some action out here.
it's a little spread out right now. I think from our early turn 1 incident, kind of made the kind of racing spread out earlier than what we would normally see, but otherwise, yeah, it's been little sparse out there. George McCon trying to chase down that 10 of Andrew Cawthon here as they make their way down the backstretch of the NASCAR oval side of things and into that first of 2 chicanes.
It's not like this is one of those tracks where we could do a crank it up section, because it would be yow, yow,
Just like
yow,
every
yow.
40 seconds.
And it's
Once every 7 seconds you hear a car.
we're about halfway through this opening stage. Josh Bittner making his way on down for his first round of pit stops here. Ooh, the 28 sneaking his way to the inside of the 10 machine into turn number 1, able to steal that position away.
Yep, and these guys are working their way through the turns, trying to conserve some tire wear. Ooh, sounds like some guys maybe wanting to split this stage. Hearing some coded talk between a couple of these drivers. It sounds like they're getting ready to pit. That would split the first stage, so that makes sense, doesn't it, boys?
That does to me.
I guess. I mean, they're unlimited tires, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Well, it makes sense on a fuel run type of deal.
That's true.
Kind of split the gasoline here.
You're the smart one of the group. You know. Kelly Keel looks like he's coming down.
Yes, he is indeed making that early departure down onto the apron and into pit road. So slowly and surely they're coming on down.
Nobody's ever accused me of being the smart person of the group. I deny that accusation. You're the one that's working on your masters. So
Well, that's because I'm just like, so in tune with everything. I'm like, really got a lot of good stuff going on over here with my brain.
you're one of those people that I think if you could live in academia, and
Yes, that's my goal. Don't tell anyone. Please.
never do anything productive and just
Yes,
program people.
that's what I want to do. How did you? God, you caught me. I would love to do that. That's on my bucket list for sure.
As Andrew Player makes his way on down into pit lane. Same thing with Jeremiah Burke. Trevor Robertson still out here up in front by about 1 3/4, almost 2 seconds here. John McDonald's second place lead being held by a solid 4.5 seconds. And then Jess Vaught about 24.5 seconds over Timothy Pope.
So are these guys doing kind of what we thought? They're just kind of metering themselves up front because they know that this halfway flag is coming. Why get out to a giant lead if it's just going to disappear later? Just kind of try to maintain a gap behind you that's reasonable and easy to maintain, and take care of your machine. Make sure you don't hit anything or hit anybody or plow a wall or anything, and just wait for that halfway point.
Yeah, and I mean, you already kind of saw evidence of, again, this track is not forgiving. We had a bottleneck there into that kind of little tunneled section after turn number 1, and a whole bunch of people had issues with that. So I think they're maybe just backing off the pace just a little bit, trying to again make sure they got a car for what's left to come.
And Adam, I don't understand why the Rangers are so bad at home.
At home?
They're
Yeah.
great on the road. I don't understand this. Astros are whooping them tonight. They had Max Scherzer. The Rangers
He's
had Max
injured. He's
Scherzer.
been injured.
Well, still throwing great, but golly, Rangers they're great on the road. It's one of those weird things.
Luckily for them, they're going to play 4 on the road there. So if you just did the math and they win all 4, yeah, they can win the 4 away and they'll be done with them. I don't know. It'll be a fun one though. It's been a fun series so far.
That indeed, 14 machine. Not scared to get that thing a little slideways through the corners, trying to make up some ground here. As Jess Vaught makes his way on down onto pit road from 3rd.
I don't know how that NL CS game turned out today. I know the Phillies were whooping the crap out of Arizona.
Yeah, they did that last night too, if I remember. Yeah. Getting down to it. I feel lost on the track. I don't know where I'm at half the time. A lot of confusion clouds.
I feel like that in life, man. I'm like, I don't know where I stand in life.
Right. Need some counseling for that.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Meantime,
I have enough chicanes in my life.
Man, speaking of chicanes, going through the final one, Jeremiah Burke had that thing up on, I think, one wheel, basically, heading on down the start-finish line.
That's a pretty common sight here at a track like the Charlotte Roval. Saw it a bunch in they just call it Sonoma now? The old Sears Point?
Yeah. Yep, Sonoma.
Why was it Sears Point?
Well, that was the sponsor back in the day.
Oh, that. But why was it point with Sears? I don't get it.
Point? I don't know. I don't know where I'm saying.
Was the sponsor or was that the mountain?
Well, no, it's in Sonoma, California. But,
Oh. Is that where they make wine?
I don't freaking know.
He's a beer man, not a wine man.
All things fermentation.
Yes.
So 27 finds a way, and it kind of looked like the 88 of Mike Adamson just decided to let the 27 of Timothy Pope on through. Meanwhile, the battle back here, you got the 81 of Osborne and the 01 of Kelly Keel. Osborne with some heavy damage, not using the fast repair during that first round of pit stops, which we still have yet to see the 23 Sean McDonald make his way on down through just yet. I think he's enjoying maybe some open track, and of course, as I say that, here he comes. Same thing with Larry Dickerson, so that will really only leave Albert Anderson in the 99, the only one yet to come on down into the pits. Looks like
Rangers
Kyle Vaught getting some stuff fixed on his machine here.
Rangers just hung a 2-spot on Houston there, so that's 5-2.
Tightening the game a little.
At least make it close, you know? I'm okay with that.
Robertson rounds out of turn number 1 down into turns 2 and 3. Leapfrogs back over Sean McDonald there and gains a little bit of time after those pit stops here. Coming up on, call it about 7 laps left to go on the stage.
We don't really have many Canadian baseball teams anymore, do we? We just got the Blue Jays, right? Because the Expos are gone. So
Yeah, they turned into the Rays, right? I think so.
I don't know what the the traffic of the expansion teams was.
Well, I think they moved to Tampa Bay.
Montreal Expos.
I loved their logo, and when Gary Carter was playing with them after he left the Mets. Probably before your time.
I didn't really follow baseball until when I was, I don't know, 10 or 12 years old. Braves were just about in it every year with the Phillies. That went on for several seasons in a row.
The entire 90s.
Yeah.
Trevor Robertson making a pass on looked like a lap traffic.
Hey, while he's running the fastest lap of the race out there. 21.57. Absolutely blistering out there. Still have about 14 trucks out of the 20 that started here tonight on the lead lap. Andrew Cawthon, Dickerson, Mayberry, Anderson, Kyle Vaught, and Greg Dobson are the only ones marked laps down here.
What would your numbers be here, Brown?
Give me my numbers.
No, they're running whatever, 120. What would you run? 119?
No. No, I'm a very big not what's it called? A disponent? Whatever. I don't like NASCAR stuff at road tracks.
Well, you'd rather be in like an Indy car or something.
Yeah. I would even take a Miata.
GT3s, GTEs are fun at a lot of these tracks.
That they are.
Is that the electric car?
Ooh, Jack Dixon, after turn number 1 down in that little tunnel chute, goes for a little bit of a spin.
Ooh.
Wonder if it's maybe a little too much go-go juice on that go-go pedal. Yeah, there's just a tiny little bit of a transition there that got that truck unsettled, and yeah, he goes around for a little bit.
Well, Team Albert Anderson is here. Kathy and Edith both checking in with us behind Mr. Albert. Thank y'all so much for being here and supporting Albert out here on the track. He's trying to do whatever he can out here. He's 1 lap down, currently in 18th place. And Earl Evans said put Pro 2s on a road course here, and they're a lot of fun. And said, essentially, I run a distillation towers. I don't know what that means. You're going to have to help me out with that, boys.
He's making whiskey, I think.
Oh, is he making whiskey at home?
The distillation towers.
No, I think for work.
Home.
For work, he does some chemical manufacturing, I think.
Because his first message was, I'm home, and then he says, essentially, I run a distillation towers. Okay. Sounds interesting. Put mine in a charred oak barrel and save it for me for a couple years.
It is tasty. I don't know if anybody knows about that. It's like a secret, the happiness. Well, distilled liquid put into charred oak barrels, and then you drink it like 2 years later, or 5 or 7.
Ooh, Kelly Keel having a bit of an issue. Same thing with Albert Anderson down on the front stretch. And Kelly with a little bit of an issue there of his own. Let's take a quick look at what happened with Kelly, and yeah, coming on down into that first chicane. Oh, just clipping a little bit too much of that curb and coming in, I think, a little hot. Albert Anderson also having an issue going into one of these chicanes as he heads on down right behind, looks like that's the 29. The little bit of a bump on the inside portion on the exit of that final chicane got that truck all loosened up, and he got a little sideways there, but able to get it back around. Meanwhile, the 81 of Jonathan Osborne not having a whole lot of truck left here. Getting passed by the 84 of Bittner. Now the 14 of Eaton looking to the inside. Those two. Oh, it's the 84 of Bittner out in front of him. Snags the outside wall a little bit, coming back out onto the oval.
The 14 of Eaton is not being driven by Dustin tonight. Talk a little bit more about that, maybe.
No, he was just too lazy to change his SDK driver overlay thingy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think so.
Sorry, man. I thought that was a legit thing.
Oh, no, you didn't get the memo. We didn't hear about it in the pre-show meeting.
No, I didn't see the
weren't there.
SDK either. I was watching the...
You'll be punished.
Punish me, man. Punish me.
Well, it does make his way around the 81 of Osborne there as they come back down into turn number 1. Josh Bittner starting to get a little bit of room there, but the battle between the 14 and the 81 continuing to go on. Meanwhile, the 69 looking through the inside here, a little bit of a dive up past the 10 machine, gets that position away. He's going to steal a spot there as the 10 gives him a little bit of a bump. And then sends it on deep into turn 1. Ooh, and the 10 starts going around.
Perfect.
Oh, man.
Fighting.
Getting serious out there.
Whew. Goodness.
I just hope that Anna Lee wins this race tonight so we can interview her and not Dustin. Wouldn't that be something, boys?
Oh, that it would be.
Would really be interesting.
Oh, there she is. I was hoping that would dig her out of the chat out there. She's over there in the YouTube chat saying, "I'll take the credit for his badass driving."
Ooh.
Oh, and Jess Vaught goes around in the exit of the first set of chicanes. Again, not really in any danger of losing any positions there, but a little bit of a whoopsie there. His lead of 35 seconds over fourth dropped down to 31.
Pits are now closed, so look for that white flag to come out and these guys come back around. Well, I guess a white, what is it, a white checkered?
It's a white yellow. I think it's a furled yellow with a white. I don't know exactly how NASCAR signals it. It's kind of weird.
It's a green and white checkered flag.
It's not
Is it?
green and white checkered.
Yes, no, but it's a green and white checkered.
See, now that doesn't make sense because green means
No.
go.
Yeah, that's before. That's
I'm just-
that's the one after. That's the stage. We're talking about before the stage.
It's a weird looking checkered flag. Google it.
Well, either way,
Google.
I'm not.
Either way, the 6th Trevor Robertson trying to lap the field up through the top 10 a little bit here as he's banging on the back bumper of the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, who's hanging on to that 10th place spot right now. As they come back down across the line, one more lap remaining in this stage.
These stage points matter. They're going to add up when these guys start these playoff races, which aren't far away.
No, they are not. I was going to update the points so we could show them here tonight, but didn't have time. As Jack Dixon and Kelly Keel continue their battle where they left off. Ooh, the 01 and Kelly Keel slipping and sliding there through turn number 1. That's allowing the 07 to get a pretty good run around the outside. Looks like the 01's just going to give him that spot, not challenge him too hard here as the 6 does get around the 81, making his way on down through oval turns 1 and 2 before the backstretch and that first of 2 chicanes. Meanwhile, Timothy Pope catching on up to the 18 of Andrew Player here in the final stages of this opening stage.
Yeah, I want to see what the flag looks like. I guess they won't have
It
one
won't.
for this.
It won't have one.
That's a shame.
I think it's be orange and green together.
I don't know. It's something. It's something iRacing needs to implement because a lot of leagues are starting to implement this. As that is your stage. Your first half of the race comes to a close. Trevor Robertson, Sean McDonald, Jess Vaught, Andrew Player, Timothy Pope, Jeremiah Burke, Mike Adamson, Greg Klein, Anna Lee Eaton, and Jonathan Osborne all getting some bonus points.
I just saw a glimpse of the flag from where I'm sitting, and it's just a regular flag with a urinal on it saying it's time to go, and then when you get back in the truck, then it's time to race.
Wow. That was interesting.
Oh, it was dumb.
Yes.
That wasn't very good, but I mean, I'm looking at the NASCAR flags. Checkered flag.
Oh, you're using the actual Googler?
I am. I'm curious now that we've decided to do this. I'm getting nowhere, though. The Google isn't really helping me.
The only flag that matters right now is the yellow flag. That's a full course caution. These guys are all going to stack back up. A lot of them, if not all of them, are going to come down and get some fuel here, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, I would assume so. It's going to take a minute before they catch up to the pace. Well, they've caught up to the pace truck. I think the 6 machines actually got to wait for them here. But yeah, I would assume everybody coming on down for the most part, unless, let me see, 16, what's 32, and then what's 16 after 32?
64.
No.
Then 112.
No.
240.
What are you doubling?
I don't know. My brain got crazy.
I think it's like 48. So I don't know how much further those guys could have gone that pitted on lap 16, but they could essentially just make this a 2-stop race. Keep some track position here in pit during the green flag that everyone's probably going to have to pit during anyway. And again, this yellow is also going to take out some take some laps here as well as everybody catches back on up to the pace truck. Going to be a little bit of a minute, but the pace truck here at least goes a reasonable speed by the looks of it, or a good 45 miles an hour, not like when they were over there at like Road America or Sonoma when the thing was doing about Mach 10.
Yeah, 70.
So
Look, I'm right.
So reasonable speed is not going to be anywhere in John Osborne's vocabulary, as he's chomping at the bit, as he is the lucky dog, and he's right behind the leader. So as soon as they cross the line up here, he's going to try to catch the back of the field, which is going to be difficult here at the road course at Charlotte.
Okay. Well, I just did my Googler, and it is a green and white checkered flag for the stage breaks. So, boom, there you go.
No,
That's
but
correct.
we're talking about the white flag before the
Well, it's
green
just a
white check.
That's just a white flag.
It's just a white by itself.
When you do the stage, they throw the white, and then they throw a green and white checkered flag for the stage. So,
Okay.
yeah. the more you know, the smarter you are.
I guess so. Either way, the sixth Trevor Robertson looks like he is going to lead pretty much the entire field on down and in. 10, Jonathan Osborne getting that wave around. He's going to try to race and catch back on up and try to get himself a pit stop here. Looks like somebody may have missed their pit box there a little bit. As the sixth machine wins that race, coming on down out of pit road, followed by the 23 Sean McDonald, 33 of Just Vod, 18 Andrew Player. It doesn't look like too many spots being gained or lost here on pit road.
Full stops for everybody too. 4 tires and gas for everybody.
That's probably a smart move, I think.
Oh yeah.
Might as well get tires. This thing, especially with the temperature, I would assume it's eating tires pretty good. I'm really concerned about Greg Klein and his travel company right now because he's an 8th. He's usually up there higher at a road course. Maybe he's not feeling it tonight. I would like to use a GC Cruise Travel on Facebook. I'd like to check him out and see if he can take me to, like, I'm starting to think maybe like North Korea or something. Would that be fun? Like a little vacation?
Sure.
Cruise on over and hit all the hot spots over there. He could probably do it.
Either way, I think the 92 is going to cruise his way into a top 10.
Oh, I like it.
If he stays buoyant enough.
Isn't he going on an actual cruise like
I don't know.
soon? He's doing the Titanic run, I think, you know. They're going to try to go across the world. I just hope it's not an actual Titanic voyage, you know.
Oh my God. They haven't had that ship in 20 years.
Well, it's really the Olympic. Wasn't the Titanic.
Hey, I heard some company out of China is trying to like build a new Titanic and then
I don't doubt it. Does that surprise you?
With modern safety involved.
Or maybe it's one of those ones where you just never know. They are going to crash it. It's kind of like playing Russian roulette. That would be fun. Hey, this thing has 100. We're going to run it 100 times, and at one point it is going to sink with not enough.
Like a lottery.
Yeah, like not enough stuff on board to save all your lives. Okay, I bet there'd be people lining up for it. They want to live that life, you know, just on the brink of danger all the time. These crazy people out there.
As the lights on the pace car get turned on off, some last minute waves or getting around the pace cars are moving on around as we get ready to stack it up side by side here once again with the remaining 21 laps of this race.
I would like to be on like the Olympic or something. It looked really grandiose, you know. They really lived life like only if you were in the first class. By the way,
spare no expense.
The regular people were living like in the slums underneath, but
steerage.
They made it look like everybody was having, such a grand time on this fabulous ship. But only the elites were up there, and not the Rockefellers of the world, because they stayed behind because they knew it was going to sink, and they wanted a one world bank, the Federal Reserve, and the guys that died didn't want one, and that's kind of why we had that fake Titanic mishap. But you have to do the Googler for that if you really want to get into that. Conspiracy theory, which is not a conspiracy theory, it's the truth.
Glad I didn't go on that boat. I mean, I wasn't born. Grandparents.
Yeah. 1912 was probably a little for your time.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it was strange. It's right before World War One, and everybody was like, World War One's coming up, so let's wrap up all the cruise.
Well, let's get all the finances in
cruise
order.
ship tragedies. Let's get those out of the way. We got a war.
Oh, we love war here. I mean, that's a moneymaker. The one in Ukraine didn't work, so they've created this other one, you know. So
Oh my god.
we gotta get some money out of this thing. That's how it works.
Northrop Grumman stock.
Oh yeah,
Or
just
Raytheon.
follow the trading of your beloved United States Congress. You'll figure it out.
I gotta call Pelosi's office, see what they're getting into. I'm gonna do the same.
Well, ask her husband's the one that does all that, and when he's not getting chased around by a hammer with his lover. Here we go.
As the field enters into the final chicane, once again here, the pace car is off down onto pit road. And here we go, back to some green flag racing. Oh, and a rough start. Ooh, for the 33, getting kind of stuck up on that curbing as the 6 machine launches on through 23 in the 33, though, as the 33 comes back with a vengeance, tries to shoot up the inside of the 23, not quite able to make it there, as the 23 able to hold that position. But a great start there for the 6 of Trevor Robertson. Much better through turn number 1 this time. Very competitive. Oh, and beating and banging. Oh, no. 88 of Mike Adamson. He was beating and banging up there, I think, with the 53 of Jeremiah Burke, and ends up getting all spun about. Able to get it looped back around and pointed in the right direction after losing a few spots.
He's a man on a mission now. He's trying to get his way back up there.
That was a hard hit. I didn't think he could. I thought he was going to have to tow. So
yeah,
good for him. What else? Edith says she enjoys us. Thank you, Edith. Anderson. She likes all the nonsense y'all always talk about.
The excitement and the fun.
Ooh. Albert slipping and sliding through that first of the chicanes, having a little bit of a rough go of it. Able to keep the truck straight, though. Looks like Jonathan Osborne making his way on down onto pit road.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, the 33 of Jess Vaught turning up the dial a little bit here, trying to get back to that back bumper of the 23 of Sean McDonald. 27 of Timothy Pope making his way on up through a little bit of this field now. Just getting close to them here as well.
Go less than 20 to go.
Oh, and Osborne gets all spun about. Just trying to get all corrected here. Looks like he's able to do so.
Well, I mean, there's been some interesting stuff happen on this restart. I don't know. It's just not as interesting to me as like when JFK Jr., like he's like a genius, and he decides he's going to fly at night, and he's so dumb that he crashes the plane, yeah? Like that really happened, you know? That was sabotage.
Was he really a good pilot, though? I mean,
it doesn't matter. Somebody with that brain's not going to
get... You think he got eliminated?
Yes. I 100% believe that. I'm afraid for this other one. I like this guy, you know. But I won't even say his name because I don't want to get him in trouble. The other Kennedy, you know, he's pretty cool. Seems like he's got common sense.
Oh, no. Dave Bainbury making his way on down onto pit road. Greg Klein having a little bit of issue. Timothy Pope as well having an issue slipping through the grass and hitting the tires.
Jeremiah Burke also spinning at the same time in the same part of the racetrack.
Uh-oh. What was Bittner saying?
Josh Bittner says sometimes it be your own teammates that trap you a lap down.
Yeah, that's we love butchering the English language now. That's like a new thing.
That's why people
know.
talk now.
I know
Yeah,
that's
I guess.
it's not him, but everybody says that. It'd be
I'm not
like that
used
some.
to it.
Like you heard this one before? It'd be like that sometimes. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
I think
That
they
makes
mean
no sense.
it is like that.
I think you are correct.
Mean to say.
Yeah, but they're butchering our language and our culture and our freedoms. That's what they're doing. They're destroying us from the inside. Rincon looks like he's coming down.
14 of Annalie Eaton makes his way past the 18 of Andrew Player.
It's still funny.
It really is. He's going to have a tough task, but, when we had that little stretch of road courses, he did pretty dang good, basically going 4 for 4 stage wins and then race wins. So he's looking to try to chase down that 33 of Just Vaught. You know what? I could believe it. Oh, until he slaps the outside wall coming back kind of towards where the oval section is. Ooh, he is slipping and sliding out there.
Mercy.
Josh, I'm not kicking you. I'm not blaming you. That's just a saying people use. And I'm just getting like, I'd rather use English. I don't understand why we have to.
We're just trying to think of stuff to talk about now.
And I'm guilty of saying it too, though. It was like on the internet a while back, and everybody said it, and then now it turned into like we dissolved our English. So no, I think it's funny. Look at Dixon's car or truck. It's something about the paint job's pretty cool. Bone Stock Series, isn't he in that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a little logo on there about his real life racing, which is super cool.
As he tries to figure out a way to get past some traffic here. He's about 25 seconds back behind 12th place and Dave Mayberry here, but trying to slowly reel him back on in. Meanwhile, everyone else pretty much all spaced on out, so it's just a question, who's going to be the first one to come on down into those pits here for their final pit stops there, Alan?
I don't know. I think you're not going to see it until probably closer to lap 40. Maybe these guys are going to like let it lag a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to keep our ear to the radio.
Nobody's saying anything. It's kind of like
Yeah, everybody's playing it close to the vest, aren't they?
radio silence. Yeah. Normally we get a little bit of info off of them. Not tonight. All right, I did hear Mayberry let McDonald pass him.
McDonald trying to chase down that 6 of Trevor Robertson, who has looked very speedy here tonight, busting out to about a 4-second lead already since the drop of the green flag here in this second stage.
Well, Vaught is chasing McDonald. That's probably the best part of the race right now that I can see. I don't know what you see there. English, anything else? No?
I'm
Tickets? You're dreaming up your next brew rig or what?
Now, I heard a bunch of noise behind me. I looked around. What's that with the Rangers Stanford game? And then I was looking at this graphic that says that next week, the drivers of the VRL are headed to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for 100 laps.
I love that.
Sunset Racing.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I'm down for that.
And it will.
Trying to look ahead, boys. Sorry.
It's fine.
That's-
It's 92, Greg Klein. Let's see 88 and Mike Adamson slip on by right in front of him, though. We got a good little battle. You got Timothy Pope, Jeremiah Burke, and Andrew Player all within about a half second of each other here.
We're starting to get down to it in the end of this NASCAR season, and I'm always sad at the end of the season because I do enjoy turning it on a Sunday and watching some NASCAR.
Oh, the actual NASCAR.
Yeah.
Well,
This one too.
Albert having some more issues in that first chicane on the backstretch there.
I can tell you what, last 2 or 3 years, I haven't watched any actual NASCAR. I've watched our leagues several times a week, and I haven't watched anything.
Ooh, with things getting close out there, it looks like Dave Mayberry has some lap traffic. It was a treacherous spot to be caught up in, but he was able to let everybody on by.
Well, I have watched races. I like to sit on the
I haven't
garage
watched any of it.
in the heat, and drink about 12 cold ones and watch a little bit of racing in the summertime. So is that wrong of me?
No, that's a pretty aggressive game plan.
Why? What was aggressive about it?
Well, the 12 spot you're gonna put on it.
That's just for the pregame, didn't it? After the evening time, after the race,
That's just before the race.
probably have like another 6.
Are we talking about at the track or just?
Oh, at the garage, in my own garage.
Watch TV.
When I'm working on my own truck too, just thinking I'm like in the NASCAR world. Sorry, I let in too many secrets here behind the curtain.
Good man. Derek Welch joining us on the YouTube chat saying, sounds like y'all having fun on this road course. Yeah, as much as we can there, Derek. That S4 guy said this is a great combination running these trucks on a course meant for open wheel traffic and stuff. And Derek Welch says, I haven't watched NASCAR since the playoff thing started.
At all?
Yeah. Playoffs.
Well, maybe he should watch like. You know what he could do? Maybe we could get like a forklift race going for him.
Oh
He
God!
could watch that. I know he knows all about those.
We need to give this man a break.
What are you talking about? I just think that's interesting. Forklifts. You could paint them different colors and.
Oh, and put different weapons on the front. Like this forklift has like a giant chainsaw, and this one has a flamethrower. And then, if someone loses a leg, that'll be the end of the.
Well, it would call it the Derek Welch Invitational because
he just wrote, "Oh God."
He doesn't like that, I'm sure. You started that one though. Hey, we get a little. Some of these races they get a little long.
It's the most I've laughed tonight. Sorry.
Man, coming up on about 13 laps left to go here. Andrew Player, Jeremiah Burke, and Timothy Pope still having a fantastic battle here.
Wow. Here we go.
Josh Bittner looking for a great race at Pocono next year.
Yeah, well, he wants us to come visit. I'd love to see that.
Well, it is a great track. He says that's the best track out there on the schedule.
Can we hang out in turn 2 and just fight each other? That seems more like fun.
Derek says he's got a bone to pick with you, Turner. I don't know why.
I don't know, man. Sorry.
Provide details, Derek. Provide details.
Yeah, apologize for whatever it is. I didn't mean it.
Well, even if you did.
Well, I probably did, but I'll at least apologize. If I need to be banned for one race, you can do that. I deserve it.
Banned just to...
I've almost been banned before, so I probably deserve one full ban.
One and a partial.
Yeah, like one, and then I can come in out after lap. After the. Well, I didn't call you a communist. I did not call him that. If I did, it was in jest.
You probably did, but didn't know it.
Maybe I did. I don't know, but that's funny. Okay, well,
I think
maybe
you
we start
owe
from the
Derek
pits.
an apology.
I'll start from the pits next week.
Are you gonna start from the pits?
Yeah.
Where you always start?
Comrade. Comrade DW. Oh, that's funny.
Andrew player Timothy Pope making their way on down onto pit lane for their final round of pit stops here now. Mike Adamson going to jump a few positions here. Greg Klein going to join them there as well as Trevor Robertson continues to extend that lead out to about 4 seconds here. Sean McDonald, Jess Vaught still relatively close in tow of each other, about 1.5 seconds separating them. Then you got about 11.5 seconds separating Jess Vaught and Dustin with a Y. Dustin Eaton out there trying to find his way somehow onto a podium. Hopefully he's got a fast repair left and he can catch back on up there.
I don't know how this pit strategy is going to work for all these folks that are in pit road right now.
Oh, here we go. Yahtzee.
Anything is coming up here in 10 laps.
And Dickerson making his way back on out. Greg Dobson on his way in. Andrew Cawthon on his way on out. As Jess Vaught makes his way on in. One of the first of the kind of top 3 to make that decision.
Yeah, I don't know what the communist stuff was about there, Derek. And I know there's no Putin or USSR stuff around here. I don't know what he's talking. Adam is his own animal. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know either. Dustin Eaton making his way on back out of the pits, but it looked like it was just a short little pit stop there. 7.92, trying to close the gap just a little bit. Jonathan Osborne coming on in now as well. Andrew Cawthon catching on up to the 99 of Albert Anderson, trying to figure out a way to sneak around him here. Heading on down into turn 1. Looks like Albert's going to stay out wide for him. Let him pass up on the inside.
May have an extended Yahtzee here. Hate to put you in that position, buddy.
That's all right. It's the 88 and the 27 goes nose to tail on the oval section here into the backstretch before the first of 2 chicanes here in the final section of this racetrack. 27 in the 88 still fighting over some top 10 positions here. Meanwhile, Trevor Robertson, Sean McDonald, they're still out there, still running, have yet to come on down into those pits. 01 of Kelly Keel now making his way on down into the pits. 27 has been able to make his way around the 88. But yeah, definitely closing in here as we're inside of the final 10 laps to go. 9 laps remaining as Trevor Robertson makes his way down and around the turns 3 and 4, but he's going to come on down into the pits. Will Sean McDonald chase? No, he will stay out for at least 1 more lap, and that's going to bring us to about 8 laps left to go. Andrew Cawthon involved in some heavy traffic here. The 01, the 10, and the 69 all battling it out for positions here inside that top 15. Oh, Timothy Pope having a little bit of an issue as he rejoins the racetrack. Let's take a look back and kind of see what happened there. Coming back out onto the oval and just getting a little slippy and slidey. And finally does eventually lose it, but a good save there. And then Larry Dickerson also having some issues coming back out onto the oval as Albert Anderson's coming around. Oh my goodness. Getting gnarly out there as the 18 and the 53 go side by side. down into turn number 1, the Tums Heartburn turn. 18 lets the 53 kind of squeeze on by up the inside. Giving them pretty easy passage here. 23 Sean McDonald continuing to remain out on the track. Will he jump on down into pit lane this time? Yes, he will. Coming on down and in. Is he going to maybe change strategy up a little bit, save a little bit of time down here on pit road, and maybe try to leap up in front of that 6 of Trevor Robertson? Dave Mayberry coming on background through turn number 1 as well. Oh, and Sean McDonald does indeed take the shorter of the pit stops. Was it enough to close that gap just a little bit? Just a little bit. Trevor Robertson, though, still out with about a 2-second lead as the field finishes its final rounds of pit stops with 7 laps to go. Kelly Keel trying to chase down that 10 of Andrew Cawthon. Those have been going back and forth pretty much all night long. Greg Dobson been on pit road for a little while now. Josh Bittner calling it an evening as well. And other than that, just a whole bunch of space and really not a ton of racing action to really speak about here. We'll have to see how that tire wear is going to wear on that 23 Sean McDonald, who is still being chased and tracked down by the 33 of Jess Vaught, trying to improve upon his current podium position, as he has really run away from Dustin Eaton by a good margin, by about 14 seconds now, as of course Trevor Robertson running fastest lap of the race, a 120.8. He's even underneath the 121 second per lap mark here. Oh no, Jonathan Osborne with another little issue here. One of the final sections of the infield part of the road course, as the 69 of Larry Dickerson tries to sneak his way on by. Not quite able to do it, as there's a little bit of smoke before rejoining the race surface. Sad to hear that there, Greg, but I totally get you. And Mayberry trying to hunt back down, I should say, that 69 of Larry Dickerson. 16, Kyle Vaught trapped a few laps down from Dave Mayberry, so I think Dave's little bit of string of not beating Kyle here for a couple weeks is going to come to an end, as Sean McDonald is indeed being caught up by that 33 of Jess Vaught. It's going to be all he can do for the next 5 laps on that old set of rubber to get him here to the end. And we are getting closer and closer to be seeing our season come to a close here. So every position is starting to really matter. As Mr. English was alluding to, Las Vegas is coming up next week, and that is your last race of the regular season. And then we got the final 3 races of Homestead, Martinsville, and then Phoenix to close on out this season for the VRL, and we get to crown a champion. Are we going to have a new champion, or are we going to have our first ever repeating season champion here? Well, we're going to have to find that one out together here in a few weeks. Meanwhile, 4 laps left to go. Just fought still about hanging around that 1 second back mark here as they tried to chase down the 23 of Sean McDonald.
I don't know if you've been keeping up with the YouTube chat there, buddy.
No, I mentioned Dobson, but I haven't really had a chance to.
Well, Derek Welch says that just to let you guys know that his leg is completely healed. He does need surgery to repair a bone in his foot because he walks with a limp a little bit. And he does have to have both of his legs, so great to hear that you're doing well, Derek. You know, any kind of leg, foot, ankle, knee injury is detrimental to pretty much any profession. If you're a truck driver, I mean, you pretty much need everything below your waist. And it's good to hear that you're doing well, buddy.
As they continued their routing here around this racetrack, Trevor Robertson, absolute dominant force out here this evening, coming on through, and he's going to try to make his way past the 10 of Andrew Cawthon here. Put him another lap down with about 3 laps left to go, and oh no, Andrew Cawthon with some problems. Ends up going sideways right in front of the leader. Oh,
jeez!
That also slowed up Jess Vaught there as well. Whew.
You gotta watch that relative box. You gotta know when people are coming up behind you so you don't pull out in front of them.
I don't think it was pulling out. I think it just kind of spun out, and it's a kind of narrow portion of the racetrack.
Yeah, just try to get back going.
All right.
Meanwhile, the 1069 and the 01 walk back into their battle going on here for 12th, 13th, and 14th. As Trevor Robertson comes back down across the line. 2 laps remaining now.
These guys go to Las Vegas next week. Definitely a different racetrack from.
We're up our alley.
This is a nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
This Charlotte Roval is a freaking nightmare to guys like me and you that have done mostly oval stuff.
Yeah, pretty much all.
I've done some road course stuff. I would prefer Mount Panorama over this track. That's how bad I dislike Charlotte.
I don't even know what Mount Panorama is.
That's that Australian. Well, I'll show you.
Okay.
I think you'll like it.
Uh-oh. It's 81's around.
Ooh, no. Jonathan Osborne.
Chicane.
Yeah. Now that chicane has claimed a few victims here tonight. Those curbs being very unforgiving here, as with that 2 laps to go, now being the 1 and final lap. Coming on down to it here, Trevor Robertson about 6.5 seconds out in front of Sean McDonald, but Sean McDonald's not worried about that. He's worried about the 33 that's looming in the darkness behind him here, only about a second and a half back as they head on into the infield one final time. Everybody looking pretty good there. Meanwhile, the 88 and the 27 reheat their little battle going on, and looks like they're even going to get the 18 of Andrew Player to join in on it. Battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Meanwhile, Trevor Robertson heading his way down the backstretch for the final time into that first of 2 chicanes, getting it up onto 2 wheels, able to save it from hitting that infield wall. Now down through NASCAR turns 3 and 4 before hitting that final chicane one more time. Down and around he goes. Nice and smooth. Absolutely nobody in the rear view mirror as Trevor Robertson picks up the race win here tonight. Closely behind for second and third is going to be the 23 of Sean McDonald, followed by the 33 of Jess Vaught, able to hold off. That 33 was the 23. We still got some racing going on though as those guys finish on up. You got the 18, 88, and the 27. Oh, as the 18 gets up into the outside wall, sends it hard through the chicane, bouncing against the 88 for some leverage here. That's allowing the 27 to pick up a 2-for-1 special going into that first of 2 final chicanes.
We did not expect that to happen on the last lap.
No, we did not. As the
My goodness.
27 just getting some easy living money out there as through the final chicane, the 88 spins his tires. It looked like he was going to try to drag race the 18 Andrew Player across the line, not quite able to get the grip to stick there, and they come back down across the line, and there we got it.
Why?
Nice.
Pretty awesome little exchange there. Something we definitely didn't expect.
And tonight's random draw driver is going to be the driver who ended up finishing in 4th.
Wow. Dustin. Dustin with a Y.
Well, Annalie.
Well, maybe her, maybe him. Who knows who's driving that thing?
Albert Anderson agreeing with your thoughts on this racetrack for you two fellas.
Communist. I don't know. There's a lot of communists out here. And they're just hiding in the world and lurking. Gotta catch them. But I'm not a fan of the course, but it was fun to watch. I had fun with y'all, and vigilante guys are always a treat. And I'm glad they put up with us.
And that they are. It's a spectacular performance by that 6 machine, Mr. Trevor Robertson, as he celebrates down on that start-finish line with some victory burnouts. Just want to continue in a cool down lap here as we can go ahead and start tonight's driver interviews up underway. Starting us off is tonight's random draw driver and 4th place finisher, Miss Annalie Eaton, having a fantastic race out here, climbing up that leaderboard to find herself up at... Wait a minute, you're not Annalie, you're Dustin.
Oh no, it's her, man.
It's all her.
It's all her. I just do the talking.
Well, either way, the Eatons are on point here tonight, getting a solid 4th place finish after kind of a calamitous first opening lap to this race here.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I wasn't too happy after that one, man. I think that's how I raced back. I was telling player, I'm like, man, I got back up to 9th. I had to pit. I had the meatball off that little deal, and I got back up to 9th before the break, and I only really remember how I got there. So I was just glad to get 4th. I think I qualified 3rd. Those guys up front, man, give it up to them. You know, Trevor, Sean, and Jess, they were they were on a different level on this one.
Well, and points is what matters, right? So
Yeah.
you finished up high enough to make some points out there tonight, and you guys are going to Vegas next
Yeah,
week,
I know.
so that's going to be kind of an equalizer track,
Yeah.
as it's very technical, and all you guys, most of y'all like to race it.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, when we do fun races and stuff, we throw it up sometimes. You know, I'm gonna do my damnedest to push Mayberry to a win. You know, that's my goal before the end of the season. That man's been he was close to Talladega, but I'm gonna try to, if I can be there at the end with him, I'm gonna get him. Or Kyle. It's kind of fun watching their rivalry between each other. So
Yeah, that is actually fun. Who would you like to give some shout outs to tonight?
oh, you know, Jess and Lori, you guys, and Team Tang, of course. You know, appreciate you guys watching. I know you're not big fans of the road courses, but appreciate you putting it on.
Fun to watch y'all run them, though.
Yeah, when we do good, huh? When people aren't killing each other. I definitely appreciate you, fellas.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the random draw and the 4th place finish here tonight, man. And we look forward to seeing you guys back out here in action, back on the oval stuff over there at Vegas, man. Again, congrats and good luck.
See you next week, guys.
With that, we'll go for it.
I love the little call thing they do with the.
It's not a little call if you hear it in person.
Oh no, it's very humbling when you hear it.
Yes, indeed. As we start our talks with some of these podium drivers, starting us off with is the 3rd place finisher here tonight, the 33 of Mr. Jess Vaught, getting free and smooth sailing there on lap number 1, and then it was the chase game from there on out. And man, Jess, you and the top 3 were just absolutely on another level. We heard it there from Dustin Eaton just a second ago, but I mean, you guys were absolutely flying out there tonight.
Yeah. That said, McDonald and Robertson, I didn't have anything for them. I was trying to keep McDonald honest, and I closed in on it a few times, but then I was having to push it so hard. You guys probably caught it a couple times. I'm just kind of kicking it to the side a little bit, and so congrats to those guys. What a great job they did. I was just kind of chatting with them when you guys pulled me up, and Robertson said he runs a lot of Miata here, and McDonald runs a lot of road courses, so it definitely shows in the talent level these guys are bringing to the track.
Yeah, the guys that run great at the Roval, they got some alien talent out here. Some of these guys do, but great job running out there with them here, finishing in 3rd place. Yeah, 8 seconds behind the lead. Doesn't sound freaking awesome, but you guys had a break halfway and did what you could out there. You stuck with it and still finished in 3rd. So,
oh yeah, I'll take a podium finish. I needed a little more. I needed a little more lap time here. I even got in here in the last minute tonight, and I raced it on Monday night. I felt pretty comfortable, but I knew I needed to do some more work, and I just didn't have a chance the last 2 days to get it in there. And I would like to have been up there a little bit more, maybe put on a better show for you guys. But hopefully it was still entertaining.
Oh, it's always entertaining with y'all, and it's just, English and I complain about everything, so don't worry about it. Y'all didn't pick this course.
I didn't complain.
Well, we complain about the right turns. That's you and me. We just generally do that, but they don't pick them. They just follow the NASCAR series. So, but we still had fun, man. Great show. Who would you like to give some shout outs to? I know Lori for one.
Oh yeah, always for Lori. All the stuff that she does for not just me, but she's on the phone or on the Discord all times of the week and talking with people in this league. I don't even know what's going on. So she's working lots behind the scenes, and I appreciate everything she does. And then Kyle for being in here. I know he suffered through tonight. This is good experience for him. I'm glad that he got through. I only think he might have had one problem that I heard. And then and Taylor for watching and pulling for both of us. I guess I have to acquiesce and let her pull for her man a little bit too. But and then you guys and the way that you put our league up in the marquee, and you really show the talent in this league and the great drivers that we have, and I appreciate that. and then finally the drivers. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people don't like this track, man, but as Adam was saying, we don't pick them, and the reason we don't do that is because yes, we're following NASCAR's schedule, but people have different talent sets, as you can see. Some people love that short track or a dirt track or these different road courses, and so I think it's an opportunity for them to be able to get up and shine, instead of just straight rolls where the usual suspects are up there.
And that indeed, man. Well, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight, man. Looking forward to the final race of the regular season coming up next week at Vegas, and good luck here, and good luck coming up in the playoffs here, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. You guys take care. Good night.
With that, we'll move on up to our friendly Canadian and one of the our second place finisher here tonight, the 23, Mr. Sean McDonald, having a good race on out there. And ooh, Sean, it was getting a little close there, kind of towards the end. I think that last pit stop strategy was definitely a bold one, and it seemed to have paid off a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a wild one. I didn't have nothing for Trevor. He just kept getting faster and faster, it seemed. I don't know.
Sean, I think you're scaring the hell out of these guys here in this American league that's running not just ovals, but all these road courses and all that get out. But I think you're scaring the hell out of them.
Oh,
you're doing a great job here, man. And you guys are going to Vegas next week, and I think you got a good shot at it, man.
Yeah, Vegas can be fun, but it can also be very frustrating and hard to pass. So we'll see if you can qualify well and stay up front. You never know.
Well, good job tonight. Podium finish. Have yourself an Elsinore, and who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
I don't know really who to shout out to. I don't even have a teammate yet, but I'll show you guys. You guys do an excellent job, and I always rewatch the broadcast. So thanks for doing this.
Oh, awesome, man. We appreciate that. And you definitely had a fantastic run here tonight, finishing in second place for the 23 machine, Mr. Sean McDonald, man. Congratulations. Good luck coming up next week, and good luck coming up with the rest of these races here, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. You guys have a good night.
And with that, we talk to our last driver here of the evening, but he's number one out there on track, Mr. Trevor Robertson, picking up the race win here from the Charlotte Roval, man. Congratulations. Talk about a dominant performance. I mean, he basically lapped everybody in the field. He just absolutely flew around this place here tonight.
Yeah, I have a lot of experience here, just in several different cars. I'm very familiar with the track and where you can hit the curbs and where you can't. And I think I just tried to stay consistent, keep my racing line clean. There's a couple times I had all fours come off the ground, but I was able to keep it straight.
Well, when you run to Las Vegas next week, you're going to have a little bit more a regular line to run and all that. So it's going to be a little bit different animal for you. Are you guys already practicing for next week for that oval after running this crazy road course this week?
I don't normally practice a whole bunch. Just Vegas it's all about how you can draft and try not to scrub speed with your tires. You can run the bottom. It's a little faster for a couple laps, but then you got to move up. It's almost like super speedway racing, but just a little bit slower.
Well, great job tonight, man. You just ran away with it. Who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
Just shout outs to the ADY and the teammates there, and you guys in the broadcast booth. Putting on a good show every week, and Jess and Lori for keeping this thing organized and keeping everything going.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations once again on the race win here tonight from the Charlotte Roval. You've been absolutely flying around these road courses here this season, man. Congratulations, and look forward to seeing you guys back out here in action again next week there, buddy.
All right, appreciate y'all.
And with that, we close down all the interviews here this evening, and we had ourselves, a couple runaways, couple good fights to the finish there throughout the field. all around pretty solid race.
Good one. I can't wait to see what these guys do back on a regular oval in Las Vegas next week.
Yeah, that's the best part. We're going back to regular racing. But tonight was good. We got to showcase some different stuff tonight, so that's cool.
Indeed, as we take a look here at tonight's finishing order, 6 of Trevor Robertson with the big win. 23, Mr. Sean McDonald having a great run there himself. 33 of Jess Vaught will round out your podium. The 14 of Dustin Eaton, aka Annalie Eaton, also having a solid run there. Your random draw driver finishing in 4th. 53, Jeremiah Burke finding his way on up to a 5th place finish here tonight. It's 27 of Timothy Pope as well, having a solid run up there into 6th. 18 of Andrew Player finding his way to a top 10 7th place finish with the 88 of Mike Adamson. Man, that was a great battle between those three. Coming on down to the wire, Adamson's going to finish there in 8th. 92 of Greg Klein, going to be your hard charger of the day, up 8 spots on the evening to finish in 9th. With the 28 of George Rincon, rounding out your field's final top 10.
81 machine of Jonathan Osborne will finish in 11th place. 12th place will be Kelly Keel in the 01 machine. The 69 of Larry Dickerson will finish in 13th place. 14th, finishing right where he started, Dave the Gambler Mayberry in the 29. The 10 of Andrew Cawthon finishing in 15th place. 16th, Jack Dixon in the 07. America's Driver, the 99, Albert Anderson will finish in 17th. 18th will be Kyle Vaught in the 16. Greg Dobson will finish in 19th. 20th will be Josh Bittner. All these guys in the back, suffering some severe damage here tonight. Thank you, as always, Laurie Vaught, for being our race control here tonight.
And that is your field here this evening from the Charlotte Roval. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching, because you guys are the reason why we do this and have such a good time of doing it. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And if you like any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button here as well. Of course, we also have to thank our fantastic partners over here at GC Cruise Travel with the fantastic sponsorship, as well as Dave Mayberry and Blue Fox Properties, putting in the extra work to make sure this league can do what it does best, and that is put on a fantastic showing week in and week out. So thank you guys for your continued support. So that does it here for us this evening. We return to the action on Monday night with the NTRL Xfinity Series. No special race this weekend. So yeah, with that, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We are signing off.
Go.
See ya.